looks like we are live. What is going on, guys? I am Flynn Masters, and welcome to episode 7 recap of Hell's Kitchen season 24, Battle of the States. And just in time to join us, guys, let's give him a huge W in chat because it's already cool to have him join us in general, but he just got back from a 3-hour drive just to join us in his hotel room for the stream. So everyone, please welcome the legendary Irishman, Declan, to the stream. Declan, how are you doing today?
Gentlemen, how you doing? I'm doing very well. I'm itching for a few creamy fucking pints, but we'll get to that in a bit.
Ladies in the chat, meet Big D.
Big D, yes.
Hey, what's
in
going
the
on?
flesh.
Look at everybody going mad. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, yeah, guys, as usual, I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions. What's up, Big D? After they say what's up and hi, they'll have a lot of questions. So, as usual, guys, we'll ask questions for Big D throughout the night. Get that. Well, we've had the season 16 lore. We've had the All-Stars lore, season 10 lore. Now we're going to get some more season 19 lore. Hey, Declan, my favorite season 19 contestant. So, fun fact, that's a good segue to a gem. Jem, why don't you tell Declan about your game last year?
Yeah, so starting last year, I've been doing popularity contest, and this is my second year doing it for Hell's Kitchen contestants. I was like, let's just take every single contestant, put them in a poll, and eliminate a batch.
That's book 95. Thank you.
And the winner of last year's poll was Declan Horgan.
Yeah,
of course.
Pretty much. Voted as by Gems fans as the most popular contestant. So yeah, you got not just a legend, you are truly a legend for sure.
But even with that, when you look it up on Reddit and what you're just talking about, who's the best contestant, look at what it says in Reddit.
There we go. Yeah, you know what's up.
I'm not blowing smoke up my own ass.
Sometimes Reddit gets it right. I mean, I've mentioned they don't always get it right with certain things they say, but this is one thing where they kind of get it right.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
that was. Come on, Declan W. Whatever.
Yeah, it's a common Declan win is what they're saying.
Oh, right. Sweet done.
Yeah. A lot of W's in chat. Speaking of W, my boy Ultra is with us. And Ultra, boy, it's kind of funny, ironic. I was thinking of you during this episode. We were kind of talking about some video ideas for quick downfalls in Hell's Kitchen history. That was certainly the case tonight. So how are you doing tonight, man?
Better than last week because I was feeling a little bit sick. For the most part, I'm doing better. You might have seen me blow my nose for a quick second, but thankfully I at least feel better enough to not be in bed. I was kind of bedridden all weekend actually, so it's mostly out of my system. It's probably just me adjusting to changing of seasons.
Yes, sir. And they're saying, well, speaking of changing seasons, falling asleep, Gumball, they're saying you're asleep again. I think you're just looking down the screen, but he's not asleep, guys.
I'm just looking down. I'm awake.
Yeah, he's awake and alive. How are you doing today, Gumball?
I'm doing pretty well. Again, interesting episode tonight. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, nothing too crazy going on right now.
Oh yeah, right. Sure. Gumball's here.
Yeah. So let's just kind of get into some question, because I know this is going to be I've already seen a bunch of comments about this. So Declan, I'll get right into some questions before we get to the episode.
Yeah,
we got to have some Mark lore, right? What was it like dealing with one of the more interesting contestants from if not just from your season, but in Hell's Kitchen history? Any fun stories you got about him?
Also, Tia, you just have Mark on your profile picture with a K.
Anyway, anything about Mark?
Yeah, me and Mark fuck with each other right now. There was no hard feelings after the show. He was annoying as fuck on the show, but everybody was full of anxiety and pressure and everything. Love the guy. Best of luck to him. What he's doing. I was on another show with him. Unfortunately for that show, I had food poisoning from the flight to LA, so I was in bits. I was sweating bullets, and he was on the same show with me. He was 24 and 24 last chef standing, and then he got booted first, lost his shit. And then it went through a few more. Then I got booted, and I was delighted, so I could just go to the shitter and take a dump. It was terrible. Yeah, it was so bad, man. So bad. Yeah.
Sorry, man.
Yeah. One more question before we get into this. I'm kind of interested so this kind of goes hand in hand with it. Were you a fan of Hell's Kitchen for the show, and were you a fan after? And with that said, what are your thoughts on that? The second ever Irishman. Well, first you came damn close to winning. A lot of people think you should have won, and then Ryan would be the second Irishman to come on the show, and you get the job done this time. So, and yeah, what's your thoughts? Yeah. And just in general, how have you watched Hell's Kitchen throughout the years, if you have?
I watched a few of them, but when I went back after Hell's Kitchen, I went back to work. So it's a case of being a chef, not getting a chance to watch it. Every now and again, I do try and see what's going on Facebook on some of the clips. I never really have the time to watch it live on TV, but I go back in if I hear something crazy happened. I reach out to all the other new contestants and introduce them to the family, welcome them to the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, gotta appreciate it, man. Who's up front? This is funny as shit. Oh my god, Double D Donna. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, the comments are gonna be all for you tonight. And one more question for you before we get into. I know I keep saying that, but there's so we got the Mark lore, and the other question people want to know about the lore is the Amber lore. You know, again, one of the more infamous team switches in Hell's Kitchen history. She had a lot of things to say about the blue team. Again, was it really as bad as what we saw on TV? You know, how are you with Amber now? Just kind of give us some Amber lore.
I have nothing to do with her. She's nothing to do with me, and it was as bad as it was on TV.
Sounds about right, because like as manic as Mark might have been portrayed, there was at least something pretty fun about his villain edit. Whereas with Amber, there's been a bit of a switch recently where now people are saying, I don't like Amber that much anymore. I was on that train from the very start because I'm like, ma'am, you are a complete wet blanket on screen. Like all you do is mope and whine and complain. And
I'm gonna be honest, I think. Go on.
I would maybe be okay with that if it made sense what you were complaining about. But all you're like is, oh, I like being on the blue team. They're losers. I was keeping track of the stats. Y'all were weighing about the same. And it doesn't look like they were treating you terribly. So
I think that was my issue.
Or what?
I think that was my issue with Amber. I was like, I personally was thinking, like, you know, on one hand, I kind of felt bad for her watching her in the sense that, you know, it's a team switch. It's, you know, it could shake up her brain a bit. She's gonna be worried about her position on a new team. And, you know, my mother ate that up. She kind of was believing that Amber was being victimized. She was not exactly a fan of the blue team. But, you know, I was just like
Victimized. Wow.
What I was observing was like, you know, the blue team seemed fairly nice, except for maybe Mark, you know, like, and Cody, you know, Cody was a bit arrogant every now and then, but, you know,
Cody
he wasn't arrogant. He was cocky.
Cocky. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, cocky. I meant that's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I felt that Amber at one point it was like, you know, I feel like you should have been integrated well enough into the blue team where,
dude, she had airs and graces about herself. She thought she was better than anyone, and look how far she went.
Yeah. I mean, she made the Black Jacket, so I mean, like, what was she thinking, that y'all were sabotaging her? Because clearly you weren't.
Right, and then even after the show, like, she got her parents to defend her on social media, reaching out to people to give out to them, and I was like, "Get the fuck away from me."
Yeah, like I said, even Cody literally kind of stood up for her at least twice. Once a little early on when I think it was after Peter quit, because y'all both still had to nominate somebody, and it was between Mark and Josh on who was going up, and Mark initially tried putting her forward, and Cody slammed that shit down. Like, no, she did great this service. We're not letting that happen. So that's one case of the blue team being behind her. And another one was at the final 8 when, again, y'all had to nominate somebody, and Mark was going up for sure. And it was just a kind of a debate between whether it was you or Amber, since you both made at least one mistake. And Cody instead put himself on the sword, and it worked out great because Mark went home instead. But yeah, I don't know what was more likely between you or Amber going up, but either way, he prevented that option from happening at all. So what was she talking about?
Dude, I can't remember what was going on back then.
That's
like blank nowadays. Most of the time she was going on how she was a better cook. Most of the time she was going on about how certain people had certain styles, especially me. She kept on saying my style was from the 90s. It was so out of date and everything. I was like, yeah, whatever. Shut the fuck up. It didn't bother me.
Hey, the 90s was a pretty good time, you know?
Yeah,
I don't even get how that works. Like,
Yeah.
there's styles of cooking based on decades. I mean, not that I know anything about that, but
Oh yeah, no,
sounds
just
kind of
styles
weird.
through the
Point of
generations.
information. Point of information: Gordon Ramsay constantly insults people by saying, "Oh, that looks like it comes from the 1980s," and I'm sitting there thinking,
I mean, I've heard that. I don't know what sense that makes.
and exactly, and I'm like, just because it quote unquote comes from the 80s, 90s, aughts, whatever, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like I saw Ferris Bueller's Day Off a few weeks ago, and a film from the 80s, and I thought it was pretty good, even though Ferris Bueller, it's annoying how he gets his way every freaking minute.
I think that's part of the joke with that film, but yeah.
Alrighty, so yeah, that's really kind of, I feel bad when like chefs, and it sounds like Declan Amber, was how she was.
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
screen.
I am close to 50. Lord Drago, whatever.
Yeah, exactly, dude. You're a badass. Like that's just like how could yeah. And the fact that she asked her,
I was
parents-
just 49 last week, like so, whatever.
Oh
And you
yeah,
can tell
happy
by
birthday.
the,
Yeah, your
the
birthday
wise
came up
old white
recently
whispers
along
that
with
I have now.
Barbie's.
Yeah. You and Barbie had the same birthday, so let's get a W in chat for
Well, that's
Barbie.
why you guys are in the same chat.
Yeah. So guys, common W for Barbie because she got me in contact with Declan. So yeah, now he's with us with the stream. And it's already 11 minutes in. It's already been great. All the season 19 lore.
One more question for Declan.
Sure.
Do you think do you think Adam should have made it farther? Do you think that was a rip off his elimination?
Yeah, no, he should have.
Yeah.
But again,
blunt answer.
How did Mark get past that
I
service?
think Adam's downfall was that he kept on saying how awesome he was as well.
Yeah.
To be fair, he was a lot less insufferable otherwise the rest of the time than Amber was.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, like Adam's my boy, don't get me wrong. And I even told him on the show, I was like, dude, stop blowing about yourself. That's like not a good thing to do.
Although granted, the show did mention that Adam and Amber have once worked together before the show, so I guess it makes sense to have a similar attitude.
Yeah, I find it funny how they both were trying to target each other. Like, Amber's like, "Oh, the person who should be going for the Cook for Your Life challenge, my first pick is Adam," and Adam was the same thing, I think.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Justice for Adam.
Yeah, justice for Adam. One of my, I still consider like a top 10 BS elimination in Hell's Kitchen. So, yeah, all right, cool. All right, guys, yeah, good start. We'll ask more Declan questions throughout the night, but let's get into this episode a little bit. So yeah, I gotta say real quickly, did I miss this, or when they were recapping the episode, did they even mention Antonio like being quiet? Like they mentioned like John and Jaden screwing up, but they didn't mention Antonio, and they just said Antonio, which I find hilarious. Even in the recap, they're ignoring Antonio, which I find absolutely hilarious.
They said John and Antonio's station went down, but Antonio went home when they
Like they're making
I love
Antonio so invisible, it makes Mark from season 15, not your Mark, Declan, a different Mark, look like the main character of his season.
Yeah, the bald Mark.
Yeah, I mean, there was. Oh, they did mention him along. Okay, yeah, I didn't know if they went over it like really quickly, but I could have sworn they just said John and then Jaden mistake. I know they showed him, but I didn't know.
It might have been like one of those blink and you'll miss it kind of things. Because I was struggling like, did they mention him? I don't recall.
I think it was like Jaden fucked up his meat, and then afterwards they mentioned like it's like Jaden messed up on meat or something, and it's like, but ultimately it was X Station and the blue team nominated John and Antonio, and it was finally Antonio.
All right, I got you. All right, so yeah, that brought us into the challenge, which we had the Mexican challenge and Mexican inspired and Ultra. When's the last time we had a Mexican night? Was it a Big D season? The last time we did that?
It might have been. Let me double check.
And while he's checking, yeah, Declan, I forgot that Mex. Do you remember off the top of your head that Mex?
I think maybe season 21. I'm gonna verify for sure, but that's probably the most recently that happened. Let me see, 21.
But yeah, Declan, how do you feel about
I
making?
think it was at the final 10. Yeah, they had a taco challenge with Danny Trejo as the judge. That does count for Mexican cuisine.
Yeah, Declan, do you remember the Mexican episode, the Mexican night in your season?
Dude, no.
Okay, yeah. No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, I couldn't remember it either. So it's like
there was more arguing between Mark and Amber on their dishes, and it was Adam who won the challenge for your team.
Oh yeah, and he started bawling crying. That was awesome.
Which it
what
was
the chef
funny.
said about his food, which was great.
I love this concept, by the way, where a person excels in a challenge where it seems like the odds would be against them in doing that. I'm not saying it's impossible, just incredibly unlikely given what's transpiring. And Adam having a background of being from the Mideast and somehow having the best Mexican dish over 2 dishes from Corey and Mary Lou, who didn't get a point at all, that is kind of astonishing. But
yeah, it was cool.
Weirdly enough.
So yeah, that was apparently, I think that rings a bell, the night where Peter quit. Declan, what was that like to see live? Like the first like aftermath of like when Peter quit and walked out the kitchen. Like what were you thinking? What was the aftermath in the dorms after that? Like that was just crazy to see live. Yeah.
Well, there was a big build up to it, and like I coached him a little bit to tell him not to quit because he had a lot of pressure on him. His missus just had gone into hospital to have a baby while he was on the show, so he was freaking out, like freaking the fuck out. And not to blame him, like I would be too.
Yeah.
But I think that's what built up inside him, and that's was like, shit, I can't be here. I've got to get home to her.
Which, hey, like respect there.
Yeah.
My guess is like I think at the time I might have been a little thrown off just because I recall him fighting to stay after the first service. So to see him now like kind of asking to go home seemed a little bit out of left field. But no, like if your wife's having a baby. Yes, I would support going back to be with her.
Yeah.
That definitely. Well, they always kind of touch on how much she misses family, but that definitely like really puts things into perspective. Yeah, cool. So yeah, it's definitely a kind of iconic moment from your season for sure, and yeah, just kind of out of nowhere.
What are your thoughts on? Sorry, Flynn, but what are your thoughts on Kenneth's Potato Gate?
Oh, Potato Gate. That was the funniest shit ever.
We're getting all the great.
The first person Gordon looks at was me. And I'm like, yo, chef, what? No, I didn't have a potato on my fucking thing. And then it was
okay.
am I meant to have potatoes?
What the wrong if I call that racist or culturalist in this case? Like, really? You pin it on him.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Megan. We finally. I've been waiting for a season 23 chef to come after they were here last year, and finally Megan from I assume still Hawaii comes in. What's going on, Megan? You got to bring in the other chefs to come back for your reunite too. Anne-Marie, Hannah, all those people, and Anthony, even Kyle. Got to get all.
Hello, Megan.
Yeah. Of course for Declan she came. So Megan, it's good to see you. Aloha, of course. Yeah. What am I saying? What am I saying hi for? Aloha. So yeah, that's
also Big D. How do we say hi in Irish again?
Konnichiwa.
I'm gonna try.
I would need to be taught that like syllable by syllable because man, that sounds complex.
I have a hard time. Oh man. All right. Yeah, I guess everyone does their own thing at their show, right? You get to the show and then you get back to real life. It's kind of crazy how that works, and that's kind of what Declan just said himself, right? You're on this show. I assume like you're very recognizable, but like do you still get recognized like as much as you did like back in 2020, 2021, like right after the season ended? Or
dude, people shit themselves when they see me. They go wild. I'd be anywhere. I've lost loads of weight since the show, and I could be anywhere. And my color of my hair has changed, whatever. My beard has changed to white. I could be anywhere, and somebody come up and go, "Oh my God!" And what's wrong with you? You all right? You having a heart attack? And they'd be like, "No, it's you." And I'm like, "What?" And then they're like, "You're Big D from Hell's Kitchen." And I'm going, Nah. Wrong guy. No, it's you. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Come on. Do you want to do a photo? Let's do it.
I love hearing that. It's like you might be thinking of somebody. That sounds really funny to me.
Yeah. Or the funniest shit for me. Sorry, this is so bad. I was on Hell's Kitchen. Oh, what do you do? Are you a chef? No, I'm a dentist.
Here's the sign. Oh man. That's part of why people love you. You're funny as hell.
I try.
Yeah. For sure. You remember? Yeah. All right. That's funny. Yeah. All righty.
I have got to use that at some point.
Yeah, for real. Big D the dentist. Big D the dentist. Yeah, I guess that's why they call the Big D. All right, cool.
Looking down on my Big D.
Gosh. All righty. So that kind of brings us to the challenge. So honestly, Gumbo, I really didn't have much notes to say. I will say Hell's Kitchen's done a pretty good job for these challenges of kind of building some characters. We really didn't get much of that here, other than like, Alex and Henry talking about how they've gone together and like they tied, and what that once again happened here. And I'll go over the scores here real quick. John had a rebound beating Ellie, And once again, like I said, Alex and Henry tied. Anaya beat Chris. Anthony. The big thing, I guess, was Kara. Let's get a W for Kara in the chat. Got her first point of the season. And overall, had a good episode. So I guess she just had to be on my podcast, right? And she bring the good luck. And then Jaden beat Sydney. And then Jada would get off her all-time great episode off to a great start by beating Lisa at the end. Oh, so yeah, Gumbo, anything stand out for you during this challenge?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Cara Marie gets her point. I mean, that's something, I guess. Aside from that, like, I did find like the Ellie and John matchup kind of strange because we obviously got like John like talking about how like, oh, like I like eating Mexican, but I don't like cooking it. I don't even know how to pronounce some of these words. And then you have Ellie who's like, man, I love Mexican food. I'm from Vegas. Like it's like our blood and soul. Like I'm gonna crush this. And then John beats Ellie. So I did find that kind of funny, especially considering that I have been paying more attention to Ellie in recent episodes. Like, I feel like for the most part, she has gotten solid content. So for her to just kind of like have that situation happen in the challenge, I did find that kind of funny. But I feel like that was probably like the big highlight for me when it came to the challenge, even though like there's also Cara Marie getting her point and everything.
Well, welcome to Hell's Kitchen Editing. I'm unfamiliar. Oh, I'm really familiar, and the unfamiliar beats familiar.
Well, there's one other thing I noticed due to Sydney not getting a point. It was that she was a little bit concerned when playing her dish because her little squeeze ball thing she was using was not being cooperative. I don't recall if that's part of why she didn't get a point, but that was, I think, them building up that there was going to be some sort of a hiccup when it came to judging.
Well, speaking of Ellie, Gumbo, why don't you tell? She went quite up in your rankings this past week, correct?
Yeah, I mean, on my latest video, like after last week's episode, she went to number 2. Actually, it's like I know it's again. She had been like rising a bit in recent weeks, but like, I don't know. Like I feel like even though last week like was kind of like a mixed episode for her, like I feel like I don't know. I am starting to see her as being more of a contender, or at least as I did coming into the episode. I mean, we can talk about a bit more about her over the course of this episode. I mean, this episode is just kind of fine for her, but I still find it funny like that she lost this challenge despite like Mexican apparently being one of her specialties.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not quite as high on Elle. Because she feels kind of like Hannah, I guess, in a way from last season. Like Hannah wasn't.
Right.
I always kind of said something about her. She wasn't really standing out. So I wonder if she does like pull like Hannah really makes a deep run. I still don't see it quite yet. I'm still higher than a lot of other people, not a lot of our people, but yeah, like I've been saying, she's definitely someone to keep an eye on. So we'll see how that goes with her. Ultra Gem. Any other comments or you have about this challenge?
I mean, as somebody mentioned in the comments below, thankfully we got a much more well-rounded judge who was a lot fairer with judging. Because
right.
What was going on with that guy? I think I'm one of the few people in this podcast who even knows what Church's Chicken is.
We know what that is.
It ain't.
I know.
I was gonna say it ain't worth getting hooked. I mean, I haven't tried it personally, but I don't know anybody else who has. So, like, I'm sorry. Why was he so critical? It's not like your food is that highly acclaimed. I'm not even entirely sure how it's successful.
At the end, we need I know you're going over like the list of chicken rush chains throughout Ultras. You need to tell that at some point again too.
Just because I hadn't tried Church's Chicken, so it's not fair for me to judge it. I looked towards somebody who had, and there was a video from Matt Mitchell on YouTube who judged fast food fried chicken places to include Church's Chicken, Popeyes, KFC, and those two chains I'm sure more people would have heard of, and then Bojangles, which I'd heard of but I'd never tried. Here's how the ranking went. At number 1 was Bojangles. So if I ever get a chance to try them, I'm trying them because that's high praise. I expected Popeyes, honestly, to be at the top. It was second. He did really think that one over. Church's actually came third, which weirdly I almost get because while I haven't tried it, I have tried KFC. I'm not going to lie, the chicken's just kind of but I don't know how Church's tastes at the same time. What I do know is that while he at least kind of liked Church's Chicken, he did give one pretty damning critique of it, and that was that the chicken he tried was inconsistent as far as the crispiness. Like part of it was crispier than the other.
Bro, I just want to eat some damn fried chicken. All right.
I think as far as KFC is concerned, like out of those 4 chains, the only one that exists in Quebec that I know of is KFC. And KFC, I like it, but what I've learned with KFC is that it really depends on the location, honestly. Like, you're going to find a location that will taste, like, you're going to find a franchise that will taste good, and then there's going to be another franchise that, boom, all of a sudden the chicken is not overcooked, but like you cut the chicken and it looks kind of pinkish, but not, underdone. Like, it's still cooked, but it just doesn't have a good aesthetic, and the taste is kind of eh. So, and that happened to me recently.
Oh, to anybody wondering about Chick-fil-A, his rule for this grading system was that it had to be bone-in chicken, which, to be fair, Chick-fil-A doesn't use.
Chick-fil-A is like the big thing where I'm from.
All right, so Chick-fil-A is like more like, okay. He said, what about like chicken strips or tenders? That's not fried chicken. I mean, it kind of is, but maybe more accurately, breaded chicken. It's a fine line. And I'll be fair, the guy who judged it is more Southern than I am. So he probably has more ways to talk about than even I would.
All right, guys, so let's get some final questions for Declan, because it looks like he's got to head out soon for some drinks, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Please.
Once again, I know I really appreciate you. Again, a busy day, so you're able to hop in. So, while I look for questions, any other things you wanted to say about your time on the show?
I did see a lot of people asking about me and Adam on Super Chef Grudge Match. There you go. Grantham Armstrong. He asked about it.
Right when you said that, he's like stopping. Yeah. That's perfect. He knew it. Yeah.
So, that show was awesome. I was asked to be on the show, and then they asked me to go up against somebody who I wanted to go up against, and I picked Adam. Did I fuck it up? I sort of did, but I did a lot from scratch, like seriously from scratch, even down to a miso marinade on the halibut that I had. I made a chutney with the Nuja that I had, a special chutney sauce that I used to make for scallops and stuff. I boiled potatoes, peeled and boiled potatoes, and turned them into a potato, chunky potato, all in that period of time. And Adam made a hollandaise and poached eggs and cooked a steak. That was it. And he put it together, which is fair enough, fair play to him. He took the win. He got a really good knife off me. Fair play to him. There's no bad blood. I love what he's doing right now, and we still keep in touch.
Cool. Let's talk about, so of course, the final 3 of your season. This kind of, you went from the highest of highs of seeing your parents to not the lowest of lows, but of course, being the second person ever to be screwed out of the final 2. And again, a lot of people think you should have won that season. So I guess we'll start with the good part first. What was that like, to see your parents, like, again, a lot of people consider that one of the most heartwarming moments ever, seeing this big guy just, ball over his parents. So how cool was that?
So growing up, I was a bad little motherfucker. The police were at my door continuously. Broke their hearts growing up. I got away with it all, though, because I got to the age of 18 and my slate was clean. And then whatever I did after that, I got away with it and never got caught, thank God. I've matured, I've grown up. But to see my parents there and coming in and to be flown over, I actually believed Gordon when he said that they weren't going to make it. And I was like, oh, well, fuck it. Obviously, that's my luck, as usual. And then when they walked in the door, I was just like, oh, my fucking God. Now you can see what's after happening, how hard I've worked. I moved to a different country at a very late age. I did everything that I had to do properly and legally to get visas, sponsorship, the whole lot. I went through all the rigmarole that I went through to get there. And then it's been on a business magazine in Ireland, the headline, when people ask me what did I do, I literally sold my soul to the devil to go on TV to get my name out there. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
And when they got to see me on that show, because it's such an acclaimed show, it's the biggest cooking show in the world. Yeah. It's going to be broadcast live across the American nation, if not across the world. And for them to come in and see what I've done, it was just Wild.
I can imagine, man. Yeah, it was just
And
like,
literally, that's where I got to saying, "Look how 5 Cup, man," or some shit like
yeah,
that.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of far, again, like I said, a lot of people think you should have gone even farther than you did. So, what was it like? That final 3 challenge. Is there anything we missed? Because again, I don't remember this, but your last dish was like a 7. Really didn't give much explanation. So, yeah, I mean,
Puck.
oh yeah, it was Puck. Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
no.
we call him in our house Wolfgang Fuck.
Oh my
Dude, there's no explanation. Like everything on that dish was amazing. Like nothing wrong with it.
No, my personal theory, I think like that was it. Like Gordon Ray whispered in his ear, like he already had it in his mind that Corey was going to win the season, and you were a casualty, and that's it.
I'm not even sure why. Like I like.
Well,
Corey,
Gordon was
fine.
actually shocked with his comment.
Are we sure about that?
Yeah,
or was he
Wolfgang
acting?
Fuck said the score. Gordon went, "What?" and actually whispered in his ear, as in "you fucked up" or something. But I don't know.
I'm not sure about that. We'll see.
Well, I mean, Ruby, I would think
you were there, Declan.
Yeah,
So
I meant the idea of like was Gordon Ramsay whispering in his ear sincerely, or was he just like acting to make it look like there wasn't something going on behind the scenes?
Yeah, and
You never know. They all have earpieces, but that's not to say that whatever happens. The man's a geriatric. He might have made a mistake. I don't know. I thought my dishes looked awesome compared to everybody else's dishes. Not that they were a million times better, like Amber would say or Mark would say, but I was definitely in the running.
I was gonna say, like, a small heart saying geriatric. That's harsh, but probably true.
I mean, it is. He is old, so
Yeah, dude.
That's
No,
the thing
he
about
is.
season
He
19.
is, like-
I love that season so much that when I got down to the final 4, you were awesome, but I was kind of okay with any of y'all winning because y'all are just an incredibly likable group of people. Like, not just you, Final 4, but most of the cast. The only people I really disliked were Amber and low-key Elliot. Sorry, the guy was.
I gotta ask. I was about to ask about Elliot. I was gonna ask about it.
Oh my
It's like,
God. He's changed roles. He's after becoming a dad as well. He got married. Let him be. He's all good.
I mean, it seems like a nice enough guy. It's just the edit didn't really give me anything about him to like, is a better way to put it. So, yeah.
but what I liked about what I liked about Elliot's service was just how you had 2 other chefs. I forgot who, but like they made active mistakes.
Drew and Peter. Drew and Peter.
Yeah, Drew and Peter. Yeah, Drew and Peter making active mistakes, and Gordon was like, "You're making mistakes. You're making mistakes," and it's like, and Elliot's like, "And you're just standing there." Bye.
Okay. Yeah. No, Elliot, he was all about fishing, still is. And dude, the fishing that he does is insane. I think he was a bit more about what the lifestyle was rather than the cooking, because he had all the chef tattoos with nothing to back it up. He even had like chef or some shit on his knuckles, and I was like, what the fuck is that dumb shit? What?
No,
Yeah,
like
but-
Mike from season 7. My bad. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but he got caught out by Gordon by looking in the mirror, trying to fix himself continuously, and then Gordon was just had enough of it. I see everybody else here asking about Cody and
yeah. Well,
Mary Lou.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right, so Cody and Mary Lou. I do not know anything about their love life. How would I know? Oh my God.
I mean, didn't they both mention
They're not
post-COVID,
together
like-
anyhow. They're not together anyhow.
Yeah.
It's a cute idea to ship them, and I mean,
Dude, well,
don't
they're
know
the
what
only
we're-
like cool showmans people can get behind. That's because they, it's just that's the thing.
They're
That's
both likable people. There was no like crazy, stupid drama going on between or about them. It's like, yeah, I ship it, but if they're not together, it's okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I think I have one
really
big
well. Cody's doing all his little videos right now. You should check him out. Some of the food that he's doing is awesome. It's really cool. Everybody's asking me about Corey, right?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
No bad will against Corey. I think I should have won. Unfortunately, I don't know what she's doing right now. I don't see her on social media. She is a mother. Maybe she's out there becoming a mother again. I do not know. But yeah, no bad blood. Let her be.
For sure, for sure.
I have one question. I think this will be my last question for you on my end. So what's your story? What motivated you to move from Ireland to the United States?
It's going.
I needed a bigger I needed a bigger field to play in. As you can see from being on the show, that is me. I don't change. I'm a bit brash. I'm a bit abrupt. I'm a bit loud. I don't hold any punches. I say it as it is. And I just need a bigger audience. So that's why I moved to America. Plus, I love cars. So V8 engines and all that shit. Yeah. And yeah, I have a healthy passion for shooting. So I'm able to shoot whatever guns I want at the gun clubs here, where you can't do that in Ireland. And then there's just so much more to do here. So everybody complains about America, but trust me, there's so much more to do here.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah. So on that note, yeah, it was great to have you, Declan. So where can people find you, and what can people expect from you going forward as you continue your chef dream? The grind.
Well, finger on the pulse. We're all waiting with bated breath to see if another All Stars episode comes out.
Yes. There we go.
I'd love that.
Oh
But
my God.
we don't know. We don't know what's going on.
Oh my God. I was gonna.
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought you were going somewhere with that. Like maybe they might have gotten back to you. It's like, oh man.
Well, they did 2 years ago, and
Oh.
that disappeared.
Oh my God. But they
Yeah.
did get back to you. Oh, it's okay. All right.
But now everybody's like, what the hell's going on? Like, is it like, don't take me for word because I do not know. I don't know the company. But everybody's like, there's a rumor that it's going to end. There's a rumor that it's going to move to Europe because he's opened up a Hell's Kitchen in England. Like, these are all rumors. We don't know.
Well,
There is a Hell's Kitchen in Europe?
Whoa.
Well, they have done European editions of Hell's Kitchen, and I would honestly love to see Gordon Ramsay. Yeah, I would love to see Gordon Ramsay at least. If he has to do 2 separate editions to do this, I would love to see an edition where it's international. It's contestants from any country flying to any location, and Gordon Ramsay has them all competing on 2 separate teams, and it's like an international showdown or something.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
Yeah, well, that is some. So yeah, you're the first person to, I think, say that like they actually got back to someone about an All-Star season. So the fact that they
They got back to a few people, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah, like they never said that.
You seem like a lock.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
well,
there was a lot. And then those people were talking a lot between each other. And I think they went, hold on a minute. They're talking too much about this. So let's nip it in. Yeah.
Bro, people just talk too damn much. That's too
I mean,
bad.
on one hand, like as much as that sucks, I sort of get it. I mean,
Oh, man.
But yes,
Survivor Series, come on.
hashtag Big D for All Stars too, for sure.
Yes. Oh my God, we have to have the fact that's crazy. The fact that it's confirmed now that they actually are talking about it. That's crazy to me. So they have to have it at some point, right?
That's a good idea
I
as
think
well.
it should be season 25, considering 25 is a milestone number.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Yeah,
it is.
that's the problem. We look at season 10, we look at season 20. There were very minor milestone.
I did not
allusions
receive a
to
Michelin
seasons,
star.
but they weren't really milestones.
Clear that up. I've worked in many Michelin stars. I have not received a Michelin star. Don't believe everything you see in the media.
All right.
Well,
So
you should
yes.
receive one.
So yeah. So Declan, thank you so much for all that you provided. I know you still have like.
Gents, this has been awesome. This has been really, really fun.
You've been awesome.
Yeah, you've been awesome. Yeah, with all the tea, and yeah, that really just sparked my day. Like, whoa, that fact that we got that info. So, and of course, you're the legendary Big D, of course. So it's always good to have
Thank you, gents.
So, yeah, thank you very much for joining us, and hopefully catch you down the road, maybe for All Stars too. Hashtag Declan for All Stars too. Let's get it. So, yeah,
Thanks, gents.
no
Have a
problem.
great
You have a
one.
good one.
Have a
Yeah.
great evening.
Ciao.
Have a great evening. Peace.
Thank you.
No problem. Oh, should I say? Oh, I feel bad. I removed him. I didn't know if he would. I did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it cuts off fast.
I thought you-
Sometimes it happens. That's just
Yeah, well, I didn't. Oh, I
feel.
feel. I didn't know if he was gonna know. No, I didn't know him just like stand there awkwardly and just say like, if he didn't know, because he's like you said, he's like 50 years old. He probably doesn't know like that much about StreamYard. So okay, but
I mean, didn't he join himself? But anyway, okay. Never
I know. What can I say? That's my mind for you at times. Okay. Well,
mind. Hey, just Flynn.
yeah. That's how I be at sometimes. I know. I ejected Declan. Oh my God. I've really gone full circle now to where I'm like that. Oh man, I'm never gonna get over that one.
Declan, give me your jacket.
I did the what hands? What are the 67 hands?
The 67. Oh, that's the meme, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
I've heard of the what? What'd you see there?
I don't know where. Anyway, let's get back to the episode here.
Did I do that? I wasn't consciously trying to.
6-7.
Whatever this 67 meme is,
It doesn't mean anything. It's just.
I
something-
know. I'm not questioning it. It's just like, trust me, I ain't following it.
Okay, yeah, let's get back to the episode here. Speaking of following, we gotta get back to it. And I'm sure everyone's gonna leave now because Declan is gone. But for those of you that are here, thank you all. I hope you all can stay. Oh, and real quick, let's also get a W because I mentioned this since you guys want to know who's on for next week. Henry is gonna be here for next week, and let's also get a W for Henry in chat because, guys. So I'll get more into this later on, but I probably won't be able to make the 20th episode. We'll see. And we're actually planning on having Declan for the 20th, but since I can't make that, we originally had Henry on for this week, but I asked if Henry could move it back to next week because Declan couldn't make next week. And so, yeah, it just all worked out. So that's how it goes. Declan will be on this week, as you guys saw, and Henry on for next week is the plan. So, yeah, a big W for Henry next week as we go. I like it. We get a nice mix of, like, previous contestants and previous contestants and current contestants. So, and we need Zachy Wacky. Like I said, Zach, if that is you, you really don't think it is. But if it is you, man, I reached out to you on Insta, Flynn Masters. So if that is you, please, I'm there. Okay, cool. So now that we got all those details out of the way, let's get to I guess we can go pretty much into the service. Yeah, because really not much happened during the reward character building. So on the blue side, it was overcooked lobster by Jaden to start. Then we got first John putting on too much cheese and not enough cheese. And speaking of Henry, he also served the raw pork. And then this was interesting by Chris. I thought Chris was gonna have a big night, but after he kind of saved Henry at first, then he also served a bad pork. In the end, it did kind of finish strong, but I don't think anyone kind of argues with Ramsey the fact that they named them as losing team along with the red team as well. So Gumball, I'll start with you. Any big notes you have for the Cheesegate? I think it's a big thing. Any big other notes you have for the blue team here?
No, I feel like it was mostly pretty straightforward. I mean, obviously John had a pretty notable bad service here on the Garner station. Again, Jaden, Henry, they had their mistakes here and there. Not wasn't a major focus, but I still feel like they didn't have the greatest service. Obviously, the major highlight here is Jada, who ends up having a very strong service. Really was an anchor for that blue team across its service. And I feel like you can clearly tell that Ramsey does see Jada as a very strong chef to the point where she was even going over to the red team to give them pointers. So I do feel like Jada probably was the standout from this service, even though the blue team as a whole didn't do that well in the grand scheme of things.
So yeah, Ultra on chat, this goes for you too. Where does Jada's episode rank as an all-time great episode? I mean,
is it possible to say too good? Because even I'm y'all, this is some bizarre freaking contestant worship that's all of a sudden being given in one episode. The episode was commentating itself on how much love and how much they were trying to say, oh, Jada's the best person in this competition. And I'm not disputing her skill, but even I'm y'all, can we pretend she's not God for a second? She's very good. She did great this service. She's done great throughout the entire season so far. But even now I'm she is human, right?
This felt, that's what I'm saying. This felt like some Megan type shit where she feels too good for the show.
Kind of, except, okay, here's the one thing I think that makes it a little bit different. Jada's cool and all, but I kind of think that season 14 Megan showed more personality throughout the season. I'm not gonna call Jade bland, but I'm struggling to think of moments from her so far in the season I could really quote.
Which
she's being added more in a very grounded but strong and consistent way than really dynamic as far as what you could get for drama or episode highlights can give you.
Which I think is cool, right? Megan was kind of like that, but she also did kind of have her badass moments, of course, for sure. I kind of like someone just you guys have seen, I always say this about chefs. Chefs should just do their shit and get their job done. And then so they usually don't have stuff like this though. This was just absolutely crazy. For sure. So yeah, an all-time great episode. Legitimately a top 5 episode maybe in Hell's Kitchen history. The fact that she did so great. The only person to do well in the blue kitchen, and the fact that she had to go over the red kitchen 2 or 3 times, absolutely freaking insane. We got guys. So apparently, I heard some people are been naughty these past couple of weeks with the spoilers.
That's
so,
an idea for a video you could possibly do too at one point, Flynn. Times where either an entire team or like one person would like head over to the other kitchen to like bail them out in some way, shape, or form. Like the most memorable instances of that happening, because it's happened a couple times, but there's some moments that will be better than others.
So I'll definitely try to look into how to build mods after this for sure. I think that TP you definitely be one. Guys, give in your chat, give your resume on why you think you should be a mod. Yeah, in the words of Gordon Ramsay, I
vouch for TP.
Why should you be a mod in my stream? I'm looking for maybe 4 of us, so 4 mods. How about we do that? So
I personally think that this episode was unique. That was my perspective of this episode.
It was.
I felt that there was this episode, it was a good episode, but I felt that there were a lot of weird firsts when you think about it. One of the first being this obvious one where Jada was brought twice to coach another team. I never saw that before. I think there were more subtle instances as well of it's hard to explain, but I think there was a subtle instance where I had another one, but I forgot what it was. But let's just pretend that it was when you have Lisa and Sydney on the fish and pork chops, which I don't get why fish is cooking pork chops, but hey, that's how Hell's Kitchen Roleplay does this, so I assume that's a thing. But anyway, I see this butter being added to the scallops. That was something I haven't really seen before in Hell's Kitchen. And this is the one I was trying to remember. Not Anastasia, Alexandra, she was making this comment about how if Gordon Ramsay has a towel on something, then it's bad and you're just hoping it's not going to be your dish. But that's the first time I see that edit. So I think that I think that that's what I'm saying. That's another first for me, and it was something fun to see.
Gumball Ultra. Any other thoughts on the blue team service here? Or I guess I already asked you, Gumball.
Nothing too much. I mean, again, I feel like a lot of the people on the blue team were making mistakes during the service. I feel like the only person we didn't really see aside from Jada, the only other person that didn't make a mistake was Anthony. It was just them. But everyone else, I had making at least one mistake here. So again, I feel like for the most part, it was pretty straightforward, how it went on the blue team.
And then on the red side, it was definitely probably just a little bit worse. It's kind of interesting that that no one went home. I mean, again, it was they're both deserving to lose, but this definitely seemed like more of a train wreck. As we got some big time contenders here, and Sydney and Lisa both having a bad night on the fish station, and Anaya with the dry pork, and then
raw chicken also.
Say what?
She also had raw chicken.
Raw chicken at the end there, along with Alex's bad night on Garner's show. Just an overall terrible night on the Red Kitchen, as they can. Not only that, but now it looks like I feel like we've kind of talked about Sydney versus Anaya, but that's another rivalry that could be brewing as we see. So, just go ahead. What are your overall thoughts on the red team this episode?
So something I noticed that between the reward challenge where she struggled slightly, and here where she was kind of getting pressed by Gordon on her confidence levels, I'm beginning to wonder if we're going to see a slow decline on Sydney in the coming episodes, which would suck.
Yeah.
I like this.
I have a bad feeling. Yeah, she's as my number one.
She could bounce back. It's entirely possible. But we've seen this kind of thing happen several times before. Steve, season 20, started off really confident, the strongest member. One kind of unconfident night at the final 9 happens, and it eventually led them going home a few episodes later. He did have a bit of a bounce back. That was something. But I don't know. I worry if the writing's on the wall for that, because I am struggling to think of any potential winner who has unconfident as a flaw in their resume, because I'm pretty sure all of them had something of confidence to them.
But I do agree with the fact that it's maybe not related, but Cara Marie, it's interesting that she had probably the best performance out of the Red Bull night. And which is weird, because I was telling myself she's definitely going home before the gift phase, and she has one more episode left to make it. And but that leads me to my next point, which is I think that out of everybody, I don't think that this is a season where they're gonna use the Cook for Your Life challenge as a chance to cut out a strong person to create a shock. I think that this is where I think Cara Marie has a strong chance of going home here. And I'm just gonna say this for the record that Sydney, the more I look at Sydney, the more I think she kind of looks like half the female comedians I see on Netflix. Like, doesn't she give you that vibe?
I'll watch the comedians on Netflix.
I was-
Wouldn't know.
I don't think I'll ever watch a comedian Netflix in my entire life. On that note, Gumball, what any other thoughts you have about this red team service?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Sydney having a bad service was obviously not my bingo card. We got more negativity from Anaya of all people. Like
Yeah.
Anaya was someone who I've been paying attention to in that regard. But we see her once again like coming off as kind of like annoying to the rest of the red team, where like you have people like saying how she's like complaining, like you have her in this episode saying how like she is confident on the meat station, how she can do it all by herself, but then she makes a mistake, which is not a great look. And then after the service, you have her like lashing at our team once again, like saying how they all had a bad service, and like people are once again saying how she's too loud and how she is always having the floor. So like I feel like this was also like kind of a bad episode for Anaya, even though like she wasn't nominated. I feel like it sort of like reinforced like some issues that I had with her before that will make it hard for me to see how she actually wins by the end of it.
I don't see. Go on.
I have an observation because this didn't dawn on me until Gumball just brought this all up. But this service kind of reminds me of another service that we've seen in the past. It was the 5th service of Hell's Kitchen 16. Yeah, that season. And not nearly as volatile, but kind of followed a similar pattern. Like the red team service specifically was like the blue team service then, because there were 2 pretty big failures amongst the group, and that being the fish station and garnish station specifically. But meat was screwing up a little bit too, and was weirdly a lot more vocal about the other team's failures, which had the other stations responsible for those failures more annoyed. And in the end, it doesn't matter because those 2 weaker stations were nominated anyways. That feels maybe coincidental, but it's a similar pattern, I think.
But returning to the whole, I get what you're saying, but returning to the whole point about Alexandra and Anaya, I fucking told everybody at the beginning, like I felt Anaya was gonna out villain Alexandra at one point, and so far it's looking like that's gonna be the case. I don't have much more to say on that.
All right, cool. That was. Do you guys think this is the worst service of the season so far, or were the first 2 services you think worse?
I think this service was, well, I don't know if it's the worst, but what I do know is that I knew somebody from the blue team was going home, because I don't think when a team in general does a worse than, like the red team performed worse than the blue team tonight. That's my personal take. But if you, but yeah, that's the thing. If one team performs particularly worse and gets ejected mid-service, and then the other team completes service, but even then, Gordon Ramsay doesn't even give them credit for that. Just says, "This was struggling. You guys also lost tonight." I think he was going to target somebody from that team in the first place, and that was always going to be the case.
I think that it was at least warranted. And to Zacky Wacky, whoever that might be down there, actually. I've seen every season of the show like 10 times. So that's how these episodes are all in my head like that.
Nerd.
Yeah. No, this is it for me. Like, it just, once you do this enough, like it becomes like second nature to you at some point, so it's just like, it is what it is. You don't even have to think twice about it. Like for MasterChef, you guys see me doing videos. I still probably can't tell you like one other than like the big time contestants. So it's like, obviously I'm a bigger fan of Hell's Kitchen. I remember this stuff core, but like I've been making videos on this for years.
It's a little bit easier to binge through Hell's Kitchen because the episodes are all like readily available on YouTube.
And I think that with MasterChef, it's easier to get bored over time with MasterChef than it is with Hell's Kitchen.
I'm not gonna lie, it's these newer seasons I'm trying to watch. They
are like not terrible, but like a tiny bit boring. Like there's not nearly as many fun fights on those seasons, I guess. And I guess the other problem is, and I'm guessing this is by design, but on Hell's Kitchen, you can gauge patterns in both the show's format and even certain contestants' trajectories in the season, whether it be upwards, downwards, or, wavy form or whatever like that. Whereas with MasterChef, literally any person can be the best chef or the worst chef. And on one hand, that's exciting. On the other hand, I don't really know who to focus on per se, because it could be any person's night going home. And again, that might be preferable. Like, say, The Amazing Race, for instance. I love that show, but some people are kind of sick of how consistent those teams work, which that's the nature of that show. But I can get the trends. So
yeah, but I think one thing I do agree with MasterChef, like one thing MasterChef and Tara have in common is that it's a lot of, they do have these I don't know how to call these contestants, but I used to call them by the skin of their teeth contestants. And these are the contestants that on The Amazing Race, they're always second to last, and they somehow are second to last almost every week or third to last almost every week. And we're just sitting there thinking, please go home. It's the same thing. And you're always
I like that. MasterChef to Tara. I like that. I like that. That's a funny one.
And you're outclassing one of
I like that.
Yeah, and you're always outclassing somebody who just happens to be a good person, a good team or whatever, and it's like at the very last moment. And that happens on MasterChef a lot, with somebody having the second worst dish. That the one time I could think of where I was actually rooting for the person who was the skin of my teeth person was what's her face from season 4 of MasterChef Canada.
Grace. Master Canada. I don't know. I haven't seen that.
Anyway, well, let's not get
I was gonna say, if you don't like this skin by our teeth questions, what, are you not a fan of Josh and Brent from The Amazing Race? I loved watching them constantly.
All right, let's get back on track, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm just saying, because because on this note on MasterChef, if you haven't missed my, I'm sure a lot of you did, because it's a Wednesday video. I try to promote it, but I know.
Yeah, her name is Taya. Just for those wondering, the MasterChef Canada 4 contestant I was referring to.
But on the note of MasterChef, since we're talking about for some reason, go watch my Jerome video that I posted yesterday, and of course, guys, I cannot believe it, but this weekend I'm going to be finishing my final. I did finish it, but we posted my final winter story video as we go over Ariel Fox's run in Hell's Kitchen, starting from season 6 and season 18. There will be like a small video next week, also probably on Wednesday, covering Janelle, Latasha, and Ryan, who I just don't have enough content to, and why I feel they're so forgettable. But as usual, I got to plug it, as you see down below. If you want to watch those videos, join my channel membership right now, and you can watch them right there. So Gumball, they're saying you're asleep again. So Gumball, let's go to you. For Ariel's a top 5 guy, dude. Here's run so such a cool run she had from going to that's how Hell's Kitchen All-Star season should be if we get a number 2 another season. All right, Gumball, and what was your so right after service ended, what were you thinking the nominations were going to be, and who do you think was going home actually?
Yeah, so I think on the red team, I feel like it was fairly obvious. What?
I was going to say, if you want to join the Patreon too as well, don't forget that. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so I feel like red team was pretty straightforward, I think Sydney, and I feel like Sydney made a lot of sense. Alexandra made a little less sense. I feel like her mistakes weren't as big of a focus compared to like what happened on the fish station, but still, considering her position, I guess it makes sense. Blue team was definitely pretty straightforward. John had a pretty bad service. And then you have Henry, literally volunteering for the block, which, again, he explained in confessional. Not going to say I agree with that decision, but, again, I feel like he made it pretty clear where those nominations were going. And in terms of the boot, I think it was going to be John by the end of it. I know I had been high on John before, but I feel like last week was a pretty bad episode. And then this week, having another bad service, really doubling down on that. I feel like Ramsey wasn't going to put up with that again. It actually reminded me a lot of Megan from last season, who I feel like had a pretty strong start, at least I think. But then she had those 2 bad episodes in a row, where she was nominated twice in a row, and Ramsey was fed up with her at that point. So I feel like when John had another bad service yet again, it was pretty clear he was going up yet again, that it probably was going to be a similar thing where Ramsey was going to cut John loose. I feel like his performance in the Garden Station was particularly bad. And I feel like the show was kind of dunking on him as well, with him saying how he was going to do well at it. He had backup for backups, but then just clearly didn't. So long story short, I felt like I feel like I could see the John boot coming by the time of the actual nomination ceremony.
Yeah, like I said, I think it was obviously between Alex and John. Again, they were both kind of surprising because I couldn't see either, Alex being such a big character going home early. But John, what a quick downfall. We'll talk about him in a second. Ultra Gem, do you guys have any thoughts? Who are you guys thinking are going home before when the nominations were set?
Well, when they were set, I was like, it's John, because initially I was thinking it would be John or Jaden, but when Jaden avoided the block,
really?
I was like, well, then I think it's John, because I don't know, he's just kind of had a random downward spiral out of nowhere, whereas with Henry and Sydney, at least, this is the first time they've really screwed up, and maybe for Sydney it was a little bit worse than Henry, but I don't know about that. And Alexandra going up was one of those people where she's a block placeholder at this point, where people just put her up because she's just kind of been in a bad spot for some time. But I don't think she would have done bad enough to actually go home right now. John, as much the favorite as he is, was doing bad enough in service, and you saw some cracks because the fact he was making those similar kind of mistakes over and over again, not the exact same. It went from the wrong cheese to no cheese. But either way, it was demonstrating that he was losing his grip on just the menu alone. And at that stage in the game, that's not very excusable.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so with that said, we say goodbye, almost unbelievably in a way, if you would have told me a couple episodes ago, but we say goodbye to Chef John, who, again, like I was thinking could have been a possible Black Jacket chef. I think I did on one of our private podcasts, said, he was going to make it to the Black Jacket. So, boy, that completely – it's kind of funny, Chat, because me and Ultra have been talking about possible videos, some of the quickest downfalls. I've done videos about overall downfalls, but not quick downfalls. This is about as quick as downfall as you can get. John was doing great, big character, always coming at clutch, and then boom, 2 bad services, and he's gone. So, yeah, awesome character. Another big, after it's kind of funny after Antonio's boring ass character. Then we go from John to one of the better early boots in Hell's Kitchen history. Again, fun-loving guy. Didn't make being from the South his own personality like some other chefs. So just crazy to see you go home this early. So
Antonio was like kind of like the new Elliot when you think about it.
For real, yeah. Jem, what are your thoughts on John this season?
Oh, it was fun to watch John while he lasted. Although I have to admit, I felt like at least with Megan being from Hawaii with her, there was some. Number one, I thought she was better than John in terms of like performance overall. I think they both had 2 services where they were a bit under, but John, I felt it was worse, and I felt Megan had better challenges. That being said, I was thinking more about how their characters are, and Megan is from Hawaii and John is from the South, and I think that Megan, I felt like there was more diversity to her personality or to what was being shown on TV than there was to John, who I felt it's like, okay, he could make a good chicken and waffle, and then there's like another joke, and then it's like, okay, what else is there to John? You know what I mean? I didn't find there was much to him except that he was likable and that he was from the South.
All right, Ultra, what are your thoughts on Johnny?
I liked him quite a bit. I was worried preseason if there'd be something a little kind of annoying or anything about how he'd come across, given how he was like one of the Southern chefs of the season. And everyone was like, he's going to be like the Kimmy Willis kind of person, which aside from last episode, which even then he dropped the ball on, that didn't really come out. It was more just a good, wholesome, huggable guy. And yeah, I liked him quite a bit. And he did start off strong enough. I don't think he ever made any kind of like revolutionary fine dining dishes, but he knew what he knew incredibly well, and he always stuck to his guns there. And when he did, it always turned out fantastic. Like, that's why his chicken and waffles, which initially everyone was like, what? You serve that for a signature dish? Whereas, well, still got a 4 out of 5 because he just did them fantastically. He can do his job. He's great at being a chef.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is he a fine dining chef? I mean, maybe if you gave him more time and train, you could sculpt him into something like that. He's probably just not there yet right now.
I think it's kind of like with, this person was John was much more better than the person I'm going to talk about. Excuse my grammar. But I think about Giacomo and how when he did his signature dish was related to his pizzeria, right? So it's like that doesn't necessarily going to translate into the services where it's a completely different type of restaurant.
And Gumball, again, I was right with you, man. You had, I think he was like I know obviously Chris is kind of taking over for you as like a top male contender, even some other people, but John was like at the top of your rankings for the Blue Kitchen for a long time, or at least pretty up there, I feel, right? So this is shocking for you too. Obviously, you kind of saw this coming. So overall thoughts on John's downfall here?
Yeah, I mean, like it is like sort of funny to see how fast this downfall seemed to come. Like I feel like he did get a pretty solid edit, like for
That's
the
the other
first
thing
couple of
too.
episodes.
Yeah,
Like
they
I feel
highlight
like
that.
he was getting like a lot of personal content, and
Yeah.
yes, while it did feel like a lot, it felt like we were getting a bit too much of him. I don't feel like he was being undermined that much until these last two episodes. But like I said, I feel like these last two episodes like really like saw like a shift happen where it's like last week's episode like was a pretty blatant dunking, like just a bad all around performance. And then this week was just more of the same. And it's like obviously at that point, it's like, yeah, it's like it makes sense why he would go out. But again, like if you had told me like a couple weeks ago, like I would not have necessarily saw this coming. I didn't really have this in my bingo card, but yeah, like I mean, I still feel like he was still like a pretty good character. I feel like he was still pretty likable for the most part. We got a lot of personal content from him, but yeah, it's sort of crazy to see like him like having like this downfall here.
And you said yourself, it's not like he's just a good chef. He had his character moments. Maybe it was too much, but like that's the thing with just how much characters are on the red team. I was like, okay, they're obviously building John up as to be like at least a black jacket from the blue team, maybe him along Chris. So I'm very interested to see like who from the blue team is going to make the black jackets, at least male wise, right? Because it looks like we will. I wasn't very high on someone like an Anthony or a Henry, just again as two bland personalities compared to John. Because I think Chris is a pretty not a lock, but definitely a safe pick at this point. But he may be the only one, or again, it could be someone like a Henry, Anthony. Maybe Jaden has a massive comeback. I know I'm forgetting one person, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. This is definitely a shocking, at least to me, a very shocking quick downfall in Hell's Kitchen history. But that sometimes happens. And so what are your all predictions for next week? I think it's pretty much guaranteed. Oh yeah, because I didn't forget it. So damn, holy crap! Yeah, it's 4 men versus 7 women. That is crazy. So
Not that crazy.
So
yeah, like I mean, in the teen seasons when they were trying to promote women in the kitchen, it was always, women kicking ass, and they picked the wrong guys to cast every season.
Yeah, but like like we've had it as recently as like I want to say maybe let me double check, but at least season 19 for sure had.
I just
11. It had on. Yep, they had 4 guys, 7 women. Amber was on the blue team at that point, but it was still that discrepancy. The guys.
What are y'all?
And season 20 had a similar discrepancy with that. Again, it was just a little more split between teams.
Okay, what are your all thoughts for next week? Start with you, Jem, because I think it's almost guarantee you got to cook for your life. But so
yeah, Flynn just realizing what it feels like to be cut off by Ultra. But anyway, as far as Cook for Your Life is concerned, I'm gonna predict Cara Marie like everybody else is predicting. It's just
such a good episode though too.
Oh yeah, I gotta say this. This, as much as I kept saying, the Cook for Your Life is an opportunity to cut a strong chef before the gift phase to keep it real. I think in this case, it's hard to find. More than 3 really strong contestants this season that haven't fucked up, unlike season 23. And so it's so I think this season it's I think they're gonna pick somebody. The person who goes home will be somebody who will be, average or on the weakest side. Cara Marie comes to mind, and I just thought of this. Cara Marie is known for challenges.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah,
and so this would be a perfect way to end her freaking career in Hell's Kitchen.
God, she has such a good episode. I was like, it has to be either her or Alex, right? Like, I think we all can agree it's probably a woman from the red team because that's just, even up the teams.
But I predict that Alexandra, if it's not here's the thing: if Cara Marie goes next week, I think Alexandra's getting 10th. because
Oh, really? So I think she's gonna be for sure gonna kind of be on like a underdog run after that, and then like get 6th or 7th. Be the black jacket boot. That's kind of what I feel for her.
Yeah, but the way I see it is like I don't think so. I think what happened was Gordon Ramsay, like she said to Gordon Ramsay, if I fuck up again, send me home. So Gordon Ramsay says, you know what? I'm gonna you're a woman, your word, you're out.
So we'll see what happens. Ultra Gumball, are you also on the Cara Marie train?
I'm gonna opt out on this one specifically because I was kind of curious for myself what might happen, and I recall from a while back there was a promo that literally gave away who the final 10 would be, and we've now reached the final 11. So I figured, let me just see. So I know who goes home next round, and I'm not gonna tell you. If y'all know, cool. I'm not saying shit.
Rizzo.
What the hell?
What about Rizzo?
That was Survivor 49 talk, I think.
It's a joke, but anyway, go on.
Oh,
Spoilers and whatnot. So,
well, that's a spoiler for other people. Okay, anyway, Gumball, what's your?
Did you spoil what the next boot is?
No, I didn't. It's just
You probably.
I didn't spoil the next boot. It's just
Oh my god, dude, Gem. A guy who like talks about spoilers all the time. I'm not.
That's the funny. That's the funny thing, Gem. For a guy who claims to who likes to gripe about conflict that other people getting him with, he sure likes starting it.
Yeah, what do you have to say about that, Gem? Yeah, don't you agree with that?
I have something to say about this. I don't know why y'all took something I said about Rizzo like as a joke. I just said Rizzo. I just picked a random name.
Because he's spoilers.
I didn't spoil shit.
What other Rizzo is there aside from Survivor 49 right now? Are you referencing?
I didn't spoil shit. No, that's the fuck. Let me explain. That's the fucking point. Because can I explain without you kicking me out again? I'm saying that and I'm serious right now. I'm just saying that what happened was, if anybody's following Survivor 49 and Survivor 50 are both seasons that are in a bit of a spoiler gate right now. So I made a joke and I picked a random contestant from 49 to make a joke about spoiler gates. That's it.
We'll talk about the off stream, but I think okay. Anyway, Gumball, what's your prediction for next week?
I don't know. Like I am tempted to think that it will be like a woman that goes out like you said to like try to even up the teams a little bit more. I in terms of like who exactly it is, like I think if we we're going like strictly off like who would naturally go in this spot, I think Cara Maria makes a lot of sense. If we're on the other hand, we're going for more of like a blind side, like taking out more of like a solid contender. I mean, I could see it being like Sydney. I could see it being Sydney potentially. I could honestly even see it being Lisa, considering she has kind of some negativity in recent episodes. So like, I mean, I'm not super locked in terms of who I think is going to be the boot in this specific spot. I think it largely depends on like what the approach they're going to take is, whether they are going to go with, oh, this person would have been booed in this spot naturally, and versus like whether they want to go like what they did with last season, where it's like this massive like blindside taking out someone who would have been like a more contender. So again, I'm a bit more agnostic on the issue.
All right. Any other final comments about this episode, y'all? We got stream.
Just thank goodness the chef was more the guest judge was more well-rounded and less egotistical about their own style. Because right. Looking back, that was so stupid, that last episode.
A little bit.
All right. So, Jem, while you go off on us in the comments, all right, were you ready for your game?
Yeah, sure. All right. Yeah, I'll drop it for now.
We'll get back into this. Maybe we should we do chat? Let me know. Should we do like a special members exclusive podcast after this so we can spill some tea? Let me guys, let me know in the chat if you want. For those of you that are members, that's the excuse to sign up to members.
I think what we should do. I think we should have a 4-episode special where it's one episode we all roast Flynn, another episode we all roast me, another episode we all roast Gummy Bear, and then another episode we roast Ultra Nerd.
All right,
and here's the challenge: come up with something that aside from nerd, because one, use all the time. Two,
nerd.
But something that would actually offend me.
Okay, how about I spoil your occupation?
Okay, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Like that's a personal thing. Please don't, man.
I won't. Don't worry. I'm playing you.
Anyway, how many people went home this week?
I decided to go So here's the thing. I didn't have much time, and I pretty much decided, fuck it. I'm going to not put the vote up. It's too late in the week. So what I decided to do is just go with eliminating 27 contestants who had the highest vote counts up until this point out of everybody, which means total votes, basically, or vote scores. So basically, contestants who had 11 or higher were eliminated, and let's get cracking. So
Wait, 27?
we have 27 contestants.
Declan was able to join us. He just left. So yeah, for those just joining, Declan, be sure to watch the after this, and you can see you then.
Wiki Gaming, hi Internet Explorer. Okay, let's see.
All right, go ahead.
In 251st position, caught in the bin. Okay, in 251st position, vote score 15. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, you're talking to me? No, I'm talking to you.
Gina?
Good job.
Oh, gee.
How is she this high up? I don't get it.
She got saved by state immunity a few times, I think. Yeah, twice actually.
Good luck to you, Gene. Every once in a while, I'll add a comment in, but I don't want to do that for every goddamn time.
Next up, we've got Flynn's favorite contestant from season 8, and a contestant that I'm not a fan of.
Julian?
No.
Raj?
8. There's no Julie on season 8.
Jillian.
Jillian.
Oh, Jillian. I'm sorry.
What? Because I chose Raj my favorite, but he's already out, right?
Okay. All right. So this person is one of Flynn's favorites. He did a whole video on this person, and I'm not a fan of this person.
Nona?
No.
Trev.
Yeah, there we go.
He's not my favorite. I like him more than most people for sure. He's just
Trev is definitely a mixed person. He's got moments I like / sympathize with.
He is such a
and
like,
other moments I fucking hate.
I'll know how much Flynn likes Trev. When Flynn and I did our Heroes vs Villains video 2.5 years ago, we had this rule where we couldn't it has to be somebody who competed only once on the show, and also 2 contestants per season. We already had Russell and Sabrina, and Flynn was still trying to push me to put Trev on, even though that would break 2 rules.
I don't remember that.
This way.
I don't know how you remember that either, but okay.
I'll put it this way: Trev
I have
strikes me
autistic
as
memory.
complex.
Okay. What?
He's such a. All right. Anyway, move on.
Like,
We all
he's a
agree.
little
We
bit
all agree that
down
Trev is
bigger.
such an amazing character. I'll say that. I will absolutely say that. I'm so thankful. He said some of the worst things ever. I don't admit it, but man, he had so much above seasons. All right, go ahead. Okay, we get it. You're gonna get myself in.
Okay, all right. 249th. We've got. I don't know why Chef would think I'm laughing. It was a nervous laugh.
Claudia.
Yeah. So bye Europe
A
representative.
nervous laugh is still a laugh, by the way.
Yeah.
Like you could say it's that you're taking a situation seriously, but I mean, as a laugh, he wouldn't know.
Mm-hmm. Another person who laughed.
Ew.
Oh, Maria.
There you go.
So I'm gonna actually defend a tiny bit. Not on using the R word, that sucks. No, the part about how everyone's like her last episode was terrible. I mean, she crashed out big time, but she didn't make that many cooking mistakes. Not that I saw.
That's the funny thing. When I recovered the episode, it was just all bad all around. Her cooking wasn't even that bad that night. That's the funny thing. Challenge was bad. She was annoying in the dining room. Ramsey told her to fuck off. Like her and Eddie, the only 2 people to do that.
Yeah. All right. Next up, in 247th position, we've got. I don't know what to say about this guy. Young Guns from Kentucky.
Just go, man. If we don't know, man, just go. Yeah, Peyton, that's fine. Yeah.
Didn't know the menu. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
Okay, this one everybody knows. Let's go step outside, motherfucker.
Who?
Yeah. Who? Did you say? Whoa! Did you guys just see that?
I got you for a second, didn't I? Who?
Oh my god, dude! You trolled me. Yo.
I don't get it. How did
I
you
actually get you, man.
I got trolled big time.
How did he troll you? How did he troll you?
Yo,
Let
he
me
was like,
check for
who?
a
I was like,
second. Did I actually get any of them?
dude, I got trolled big time. Holy
How did he
shit.
troll you? I don't get it.
Dude, he was like, when he said that, he
I
was
was
like, who?
pretending I didn't know who the hell you were talking about because
And then Gumbo's like Joseph, like, oh my god, Gumbo got ultra over this, dude. That was crazy.
Well, I didn't even hear. I didn't even hear Gumbo live. Flynn. I thought Flynn were confused too. I thought my impression was shit. Like that's what I was thinking at that point. Like they didn't get it.
Yo, that's crazy.
All right, next up. Sorry, or I picked the wrong snippet. Anyway, next up. She's a mom and she's nice, and she was on season 4, and that's it.
Shayna.
Yeah.
Being slow.
That was it.
Because she was fine.
Next up, nominated 3 times, I believe, in season 9. Wears a black hat.
Jonathan Downfall.
Yeah.
No, I think
Speaking of
Monterey.
Monterey. No, he was nominated 4 times. Remember that?
Oh,
Underrated.
4 times. He did wear a black hat. You're right.
Yeah, both him
Next
and
up,
Jonathan.
I love mocking this guy because I'm really good with accents of his
Backward
culture.
hats look. Speaking of.
Yeah, I'm good with.
Oh,
You would take something off the pan, you leave it on the spatula. It fell apart. So I said I could do. There is something you can fucking do because you should have enough responsibility to care. So don't bullshit me and tell me that there's nothing you can do. You got it. Yeah, shut up. Fuck you. Well, fuck you too then.
Did Gem crash out for you guys? Or is he still there?
Yeah, he crashed out for me.
Oh. Oh my goodness. I don't know what to do. This is awkward. Gem, you have one job, dude. He got it's Streamgate. What can we say, guys? It's Stream Great. Yeah, Gem. It was we called all along. It was Gemgate, so we knew this was gonna happen eventually. So the internet couldn't take his internet couldn't take the Gemgate, so that's what happened.
All right. We'll just sit here for a quick second. Like, okay, but for record, I like doing stuff like that. Where I like the part where I pretend like who when he mentioned obviously Joseph. I like doing that just to try to troll people a little bit because of course I know who we're talking about.
There he is, dude. We had a Gemgate. Are you good now?
Yeah, my computer died, and I was so excited to do this next invitation.
Dude, okay, well, let's
go ahead. What is it?
All right, I'm really good with these accents, by the way, of this particular culture. Really, you're gonna not accept my risotto just because I put my finger in there and I go lick it and I go put it back in?
Gorab.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Good enough.
I'm not the best judge. I wouldn't know.
Next up, this person had a good scalp at the beginning, but then they continued to fuck up on fish. Season 15.
Alan.
There you go. Next up, he had his I forgot what the word he used. Okay, next up, good service with Zach at the beginning, and then all of a sudden, like he had a bad service. There you go.
Yeah. That was easy.
Christian Rosati.
Boston guy.
Yeah, he had his whatever moment.
Boston.
Next up,
moment.
Any of you baseball fans in the chat? My goodness, what do you think about the World Series these past weekend? You talk about
I gotta say about the World Series. That's what I was trying to say. When I had Kentucky Fried Chicken the other week, that was during the World Series game.
There we go. Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, that's what I was wanting to mention earlier. And my comment was, everybody in Canada, like, my mom was like, oh, let's hope the Toronto Blue Jays win because if the Toronto Blue Jays win, it's another Canada, fuck America moment because of the 51st state threat. And I'm not sitting there thinking, I don't have to go through all that shit again after the Four Nations Cup there. So I was hoping that the LA Dodgers would win for that very reason.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, next up, he served a pineapple at his. He served a canned pineapple at his signature.
Jonathan.
There you go.
What was the thing you had with pineapples?
I have 6 sons. They all came out naturally.
Holly.
So kitchen's gonna be first boot experience for me.
Also, I must ask, how do you unnaturally have a baby?
Oh.
I think she means.
I do wonder naturally as opposed to what? Okay, I know.
My mom explained that naturally.
I don't know if that counts, but
okay, my mom explains that. My mom says that naturally just basically means she had home births.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Or maybe it's not cesarean. I don't know. Anyway, next up. Oh shit! I should have said it first. Person had a toothpick in their dish.
From my hometown, Illinois. Oh no!
Isn't your hometown some bumfuck place in Nebraska?
You keep saying that. No.
And that is again rejected. Okay, he crashed
He's
out
like-
earlier. That
Like I
counts.
said, he's made the Nebraska joke. I really can't deny him there. Like it is like Nebraska pretty much. So. All right, go ahead.
Okay, next up, this person should have made an elementary risotto, but apparently they're still in kindergarten.
Janae.
There you go.
Oh, now that was a good one that you both got. I would never got that in the lungs.
Next
Go
up, this person almost caused a third-degree burn.
Oh, Michael.
Yeah. Michael Dusso. Very close to my last name.
You are not at the fucking senior home.
Yeah. Next up, this person was in season 19. They were this gay woman, and that's all I know about them, except for that they
Jordan?
sunk on fish.
Jordan. Yeah.
No, they
Jordan.
sunk on fish.
I don't know. Fabiola?
No.
Is she
Oh,
gay?
Brittany?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know she was gay. Okay.
Was she gay? 'Cause
Yeah, she
I
is.
didn't know that, but yeah.
Well, you learn something new every day from Jim.
Next up, this person has
No laugh.
this person. Okay. This person's like a bit of a roller coaster. They were still in early boot, but a bit of a roller coaster in challenges, weirdly enough. Season 21, female, older side.
Mindy.
Nicole?
Nicole, yeah.
She was a roller coaster in challenges.
Next up, this person should have made it farther than Andrew in season 1.
Mary Ellen.
Jinx.
Yeah.
Jinx.
Next up,
One of these
oh
days.
yeah,
Humboldt-
Mohawk, and it was very inconsistent.
Barrett?
Yeah, and remember that video that somebody did like of a Survivor intro, and it's like a bunch of quote unquote bad TV personalities, and somehow Barrett was on it.
People need to understand a little more clearly what a bad personality truly is. Because I'm sorry, there's greater evils out there. Like, if you want to call him a little boring, that's one thing. But I can't say I hated Barrett.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I think the
Right.
person, like, that's the thing. So if you watch video, it's like, oh, bad. I don't think you mean personality, just like, or whatever. I'll get into it another time. Next up, this person, I thought they would make it to at least the gift phase, but they didn't. They were eliminated early in season 5.
I only know this because you accidentally showed the picture already, Coy. Because that's a little vague, but
Because to be fair, apart from Koi, like, look at the people who were eliminated before Koi, they all kind of sucked, you know?
except for G doesn't count. She eliminated herself technically.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot about her. Next up, first boot, but probably one of the stronger first boots because they were on a really strong cast.
Ben.
No.
Strong kid.
Red hair, Ellie.
Amber.
Yeah, the original Ellie.
First boot.
First, no, dude, wrong. She was 6.
You said
Amanda
first boot.
was 6th in her season.
What
Oh
the-
my gosh, I was confusing
You
her with.
misled us.
I tell you, dude, I confuse her with Amber every fucking time.
How?
Amanda and Amber, I don't know why.
Oh, what?
I
That's
confuse
a
Amanda and Amber
Bro.
every 2 minutes. I don't
Nah.
know why. I'm so embarrassed. I'm sorry.
every
guys.
2 minutes.
I'm
you
sorry,
should be.
guys.
That's a new one.
But anyway, she should have been 8th place at best. You know. Anyway.
That I agree with.
All right, sorry guys. Sorry Amanda too. Next up, we've got some guy who was well liked in season 20, but I predicted that they would be ejected from Hell's Kitchen.
Kevin.
Yep.
Predicted / you were right about.
Yeah. Next up, the forgotten person in the alliance of Christina, Dana, and
Danielle.
Danielle, yeah.
that's
I know.
great. I'm trying to load her fucking image. Hold on. There we go.
That's Dana. I'm kidding this time.
It was like
I want to see
yeah,
if you
you
caught that
got
one,
me.
too.
You got me.
Because
You got me.
I wanna say,
You got me.
How forgettable is she exactly?
All right, next one. A lot of people used to consider this winner controversial, and then I'd say finally within the past, let's say, year and a half, they're no longer controversial on Hell's Kitchen as a winner.
Ooh, I'm not sure.
No.
No. Somebody who won somebody who won a subtitled season.
Corey?
No,
Trent? I have no idea.
people forgot about
Michelle.
There we go.
Oh, she's
It
still
is a
down low.
controversial
She's still way too
decision.
low.
Dude, people have forgotten about Corey already. Like think about it. Tonight we had Declan on, and Corey was like the 8th person we asked about. You know.
All right, that's just
Did
how.
someone say, okay, yeah, the person who's pretending to be Chef Zach trolling us. What do you mean Dave is a controversial winner?
Oh, just call that.
He's controversial because Kevin had a better track record, I think. Anyway.
Challenging.
Dude, we're not gonna have this debate, dude.
Okay.
This is my point. How people can now like have stat debates over Dave and Kevin when like at whatever. All right, go ahead.
All right, next up, 226. We've got the person who was basically the Anaya of season 9 in terms of
Elise.
No, in terms of like, you know, they get so personally insulted if their team fucks up.
Dude.
That's I don't know how specific that is.
Fine. This person won season 9.
Oh, Paul.
There we go.
Sorry, when you mentioned.
Oh, Gumbo almost had it. Damn it. No.
I'm kind of thinking gender at the same time.
Fair enough.
Everyone's
That's
saying
what I'm saying. Like,
everyone's saying Carrie. Your defense. Everyone's saying Carrie, so we didn't get that. But you're good. You're good, Jim.
Yeah.
We're just tired.
Next up,
hungry.
Oh, yeah, the last person, and then we're done. It's like, because you're crap. You're crap.
Tennille?
Get out.
Tennille, really?
Let me back in the kitchen.
And we know Tennille, dude. Yeah.
You can
You can dish it out, but you can't take it.
Yeah, let's go.
There you go. Gumball finally got something. Good job, bro.
Big deal. You're not even a good person. That's something else she said about Suzanne.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, boy, that is low for Tennille. I know she's not kind of controversial as well, but it's like.
By the way, I'm just gonna spoil the.
How is she this low? Like, I'll admit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, got annoyed by how much she shouted in confessionals. A problem that people have with Dana too, honestly. But I mean, I like her otherwise.
And just a shout out to somebody who sent me this on Discord. It's like Austin C says, spoiler warning in case you didn't watch this episode. It's like Sydney was not the 9th chef eliminated of Hell's Kitchen Battle of the States. Sydney for the win. And I'm like, okay.
Wait, what?
He posted a non-spoiler, if you will, as in like it's something that goes without saying.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. He's like he was celebrating Sydney was not the 9th booth, and it's like, and he makes a meme generator sort of meme out of it, and I'm like, okay, like shows us Sydney was not the 9th booth. Like, what's special about that?
Anyway, on that interesting note, we had quite an interesting stream here to say the very least. Start with Declan, then we got some couple gates with some spoilers. We're going to have a talk with Jim about it afterwards.
The tree for the CEO of Microsoft has fewer gates in it than this fucking podcast does.
All right, cool.
Bill Gates, that guy.
And we'll get some. So next time we join us, we'll have to do some debating here on who I think definitely TP would be a mod. We'll have to do some debating. Chat real quick. Let me say our goodbyes. Give who you think. Vote not for yourself. Vote for someone else to be like a mod here, and we can make my job easier. Jim. Another thing we gotta talk about, Jim, is when are you getting more videos, man? You want to do YouTube so bad, but you get distracted with your freaking Discord games, bro. Like, when's the more videos coming?
Okay, good news for time in terms of time. I got voted out in a Discord game on Sunday. That's done, and it's the only Survivor game I was playing. I don't plan on playing another one for a while. I got and I asked them to do this to me anyway. I'm done with the Hell's Kitchen roleplay game there for the season, and apart from that, I'm in this Alice in Borderland org, but all I have to do is just do one challenge every 2 days. It's not a big deal. It's not something that takes time. But more importantly, I'm no longer working. Like, I had a job as a kindergarten teacher on contract, and I'm no longer doing that job. I stopped doing that job as of yesterday.
Woo! Let's go.
So basically,
YouTube career, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. So basically, I'm still going to do substitute work and tutoring work, but apart from that, like it's basically my own choice. So I could choose when I want to work, and I could get back to finishing off this fucking first boots video that I've been meaning to do for 2 fucking years. And I will and I promise you guys, for the top 10, after Cook for Your Life, the next video after that will be the placement predictions for final 10 onwards, which would be the gift phase at that point.
All right, we got to keep it going. We got to keep it W Gem. Yeah, let's keep that momentum going for Gem.
All right. If you guys want to celebrate my wins, Subscribe to my channel, become members, become Patreoners, whatever the fuck. Anyway, road to 400, please.
Yeah, Road to 400. Also post your link in chat for next week,
Oh,
so
yeah,
you
that's
guys
right.
can do that as well.
Yep.
And
Nice.
yeah, as usual, Gumball, I'm sure you'll have your power rankings. Very, like I said, very interested to see how that goes. And Ultra, anything coming new these days? You're just kind of going with the grind these days as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing more writing this weekend for our script, and then I think the weekend after I begin filming another video, maybe 2 videos again at the same time. They won't be like premiering back to back, but that's the idea because I've been trying to recuperate for a couple things recently from like work schedule changes and being sick, so got a little behind on a few things myself, but it just is what it is. It's part of readjusting to a new environment.
I will say, related to filming, I saw your news film. Congratulations, and also I might be doing more. I might be more shooting. I might be doing more extra shooting for that series there, DMV. Apparently,
Yeah, I saw an ad for that yesterday on CBS. Yeah, during Survivor. So I wasn't watching the episode. My mom had it. So yeah, you might be able to see Gem guys on DMV on CBS.
Yeah, but but apparently they're going to be filming some more in Montreal. So I
go.
might be doing more scenes soon.
Yeah, like I said, like you said, hopefully I can get confirmation as soon as possible if I'm going to actually be in the scenes that they filmed me in. So, well, it's all exciting stuff here, but nonetheless, wherever this goes, we still have Hell's Kitchen along the way. So yeah, guys, like I said, be sure to check out my aerial video this weekend, this Sunday, and we'll have Henry on for next Wednesday again, or Thursday. Excuse me. Big shout out to him for delaying for a week. And with all that said, guys, see you next week. Have a good one.
Have a good one.
Carpe diem.